Greetings, YouTube. I know the aspect ratio, as we say in the video production business, is bizarre in this video. I'm actually looking at it like it's a vertical rectangle, but I know when I export the video and I upload it, it's going to look probably condensed. So this might be more like a radio story. I actually worked mostly for National Public Radio in undergrad, and my background, because I was told I had a face for newspaper and a voice for newspaper. Really, it was a face for radio and a voice for newspaper, if I'm getting the quote right. But anyhow, I do love a good audio medium with no webcam sometimes to change things up. And speaking of things the community loves, I feel like this community loves a good conspiracy theory. Remember the Ant-Man versus Guillotine controversy that rocked MCOC? There are still calls into the deep corners of this community on Reddit, forums, etc. for justice for Beta Ray Bill. Remember that? Now, to be fair, Ant-Man and Guillotine eventually did get some version of buffs, even if the buffs weren't exactly what the community had hoped for. Though I think the Guillotine buff has aged like a fine wine, and I think Ant-Man's now really annoying. I always forget when I bring Black Widow Deadly Origin in that he is shock immune, and this effectively, despite the class advantage, is a terrible idea. But you can see the Loki bin Laden. That's a real handle, I believe. Talked about the new conspiracy theory. Way to rig the vote there, guy. It was clear that you wanted WT, White Tiger? I guess that's the shorthand for White Tiger, to win. This makes us feel real good about voting in the future. Now, of course, he's putting the word voting in quotes because if something's rigged, your vote doesn't matter. And it seems like in 2023, one of the most popular things to do when a vote doesn't go your way is to instantly say, well, then it's rigged. And in this case, Kabam Mike had enough of this and directly responded to this conspiracy theory on Twitter by saying we choose 20 plus champions per year. Why would we spend months on a campaign to rig the vote for one champ? It would be easier to just not have a vote. Now, as you can imagine, this argument didn't silence the critics and also led to some interesting replies to this post, of which we will look at right now. Marquise says, please don't listen to this person. We love to vote. Hey, this guy's just all about the democratic system, apparently. Oh, don't worry. We love the vote, too, Kabam Mike responded. Just because Mike works there doesn't mean he can't have fun in this and interact with people of the community. FFS, I play other games in other communities, and Kabam goes over and above the other communities I'm in. So, I'm sure some people might have, that could be its own video, right? Have something to come back with that. But, I mean, they are getting more responsive, and I do think Kabam has tried to make a much more concentrated effort to be visible and not just be like a parent that's constantly disciplining their kids. Now, obviously, that still exists, but that's part of it. Man, lots of foil hats lately, Newbie says. Conspiracy time. People love a conspiracy theory, the old Sarge says. These always make me laugh. It's all a conspiracy, Mike. Obviously, not getting one's way equals rigged. Again, that's a pretty popular thought in 2023. I need you to rig the in-house vote to bring Blue Marvel to the game. Nico, Lord knows I can't pronounce that, @_Nahorn. The Chad just says, like, the keep it 100 symbol. So I don't know if that means he thinks that Kabam Mike is keeping it 100 or if the conspiracy theory is keeping it 100. Facts. We have, by the way, the two most popular GIFs for TV shows, or at least American TV shows, are The Office and SpongeBob. And now we've got politics. Hello, Do Not Disturb. Election deniers, Spider-Punk, and now a vote for another champion. And sorry if there was an offensive slur on that. But it is the internet after all. So, personally, I think it's one of those like grab a chair or popcorn and just pull up and watch because it's a fascinating thing to see. But overall, I don't know. I'm not too worried about this problem. Maybe I'm just too much of a Kabam loyalist and I need to get a tinfoil hat and put it on my head. But I don't think it's rigged. But I think it's entertaining to read these things, and it certainly makes it fun to put out a different kind of video when you talk about this. Sorry again, the aspect ratio was condensed, I'm sure, but at least the audio hopefully was clear, professional, quality, and clean.